so much for shooting. May the Lord bless you. Hallelujah. Tunapounganisha mikono yetu to usher in our teacher, our lecturer, Dr.Edward, aje aendelee na sehemu nyingine ambayo yuko hapa na itakuwa baraka sana. Let's appreciate him as he comes in Jesus' name. Appreciate him.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Naomba wale ambao nyuma wasonga hapa kidogo. Klasi imejaa kidogo. Basi kwa majina ni Dr.Edward ndio nimeambiwa. Leo nataka tuendelee kwa ufupi mahali tuliachia last week kwa hii series of mental health and tutabarikiwa. So last week we were talking about symptoms, the causes of mental illness. Leo nataka tufanye one topic ambayo ni depression. It's a very common problem among our society, and ili tuendelee tujue, ukiona mtu mmoja wetu wa familia au nje marafiki, tunajua nini how to advise. Niwaambia by the time we finish tutakuwa mental health champions, so that when you find a friend who is going through challenges psychologically, najua kile tutamsaidia. So kwa ufupi tufanye depression. Tutasema nini, what is depression, the causes, symptoms, treatment, alafu tutamalizia hapo. Hivyo ndivyo tunapangana masomo. So what is depression? Msongamano wa mawazo is what they call depression. So according to WHO, ambayo ndio tunatumia sana, depression is a condition, it's a mental health disorder whereby the individual presents with persistent feelings of sadness, hopelessness, low mood, and feelings of inadequacy. That is depression. It's a persistent feeling of low mood, hopelessness, inefficiency, and what? Change in behavior. So it is a mood disorder. It affects the thinking, the feelings, and what? And the feelings, thinking, and behavior. So I told you the other time that when somebody is, depression is not equal to sadness, because sadness is when you can feel, for example, if I told you something bad, you can feel bad about me, you can feel sad. Today you can wake up in the morning and you find that what you thought you were expected to go well, it didn't go like that. Then you will feel sadness. But when you have depression, it means those feelings are persistent. And that's why the word is persistent feelings of low mood, feelings of hopelessness and inefficiency, or you feel that you have not achieved what you want to aim at. And those thoughts thoughts, they affect your thoughts, your feelings, and your behavior. So, when it must have lasted for at least 2 weeks for you to say that this person has depression now, this is someone who needs intervention. So if you get sadness for today and tomorrow 3 days you come, I'll tell you those are maybe psychological changes. You expect you go through counseling or you talk to somebody and then they are over. But if they persist for a period beyond 2 weeks, then we know we will tell you that you have depression. So, what are the causes of depression? The causes of depression, as we said last week, we said general causes of mental illness. One of the causes of depression is real life stressors. Real life stressors. If you go through hard times, you are likely to get depression. And mark you, going through real life stressors without the capacity to cope, it will cause depression. The other one is changes in the chemical imbalances in the brain. I told you, chemically in our brain we have chemicals that make us behave the way we behave. Once they are affected, because for example, for those people who use drugs and substances, or genetics, those who are maybe their parents had a problem like that, it runs in families. So these real life stressors, they are ever there. But if you have low or you don't have the coping mechanisms, then you are likely to suffer. For example, loss of a loved one. When we lose our loved ones, the nature is that we feel bad, we are depressed, and we are supposed, through counseling or just naturally, to cope and move on. But there are people, when they have lost their loved one, they keep on mourning for longer periods than usual. And this is different. For example, in siblings, family members, we can lose a father or a parent, but some of them can cope very easily, but we find that one has not even coped and they continue mourning for long. So those are real life stressors. Other real life stressors are family issues. If you have maybe a dysfunctional family and you have tried all you can and then things are not working, those are real life stressors. Other things are like lack of employment, financial strain, constraints. So those are really what we call real life stressors. They can cause depression. You wake up today, you don't have a job, you are living in somebody's house, they want a rent, your children are here, you don't know what they are going to eat, you don't know how you are going to pay school fees. Those are persistent things which are to make somebody to have depression. So those are some of the causes of depression. So what are the symptoms? Symptoms of depression. So in symptoms, we divide them into three parts. We have psychological, physical, and emotional. So when somebody has depression, it can manifest physically. When somebody has depression, it can manifest psychologically. When somebody has depression, it can manifest emotionally. So, one of the emotional symptoms of depression, it is continuous low mood. This somebody, you go for shere, you go for family meetings, but you find that this person is not even happy. Where you are supposed to be happy, you've gone for a party, maybe the child is having a birthday, we expected them to be happy, but you find that they are still having low mood, they are not happy at all. The other one is loss of interest or pressure to what they ever used to do. So you find that this person, like it's like for like me, a lecturer, or like mchungaji, a pastor, or you are a teacher, and you like your job so much that wherever you wake up in the morning, you plan yourself and you go to school. So when you have depression, you become emotionally affected and you lose interest in what you wanted, you previously liked to do. Now, if it is Mwalimu, she doesn't even feel like going to school. She just wakes up, she's there, she has no what we call evolution. She doesn't even make that effort to prepare herself to go to school. If she likes to teach, she even doesn't want to go to class. If it's me, going to see patients, I just feel that even patients are boring me. And this is what I enjoy most to do. If it is, for example, Church, he likes to come and preach all the time. You find in church. You find that now people start saying that na siku hizi mchungaji akujanga kanisani, mchungaji hata fellowship harani kwani kuna shida. So those things that you like to do most, you lose interest in them. Then and it must be persistent. So that is one another symptom of depression. Then the other emotional side symptom is hopelessness. So hopelessness is that because this somebody who hopes that tomorrow might be better than today, or I hope that once I finish school, I'm going to get a job. I'm going to go to a university, finish my university education, and then get a job. But you find that this person now, this was someone who was very hopeful in life, had positive thoughts about life, but it has reached a point because of the disease, they have lost hope. They don't even see that one day they will get a job. They don't see even one day they will get married or they start a family. They don't believe whether the things will go well in their lives. So that one, we know that this is somebody who was joyful, that's a change in behavior. Then the other one is helplessness. So this is somebody who find that they don't think that they can be helped. They feel that now they have reached the end of their life, there is nothing which can be done to help them. Helplessness. And most of the times we go to, when I see patients wananiambia, sioni kama kuna kitu tunafanya hapo, hii daktari imefika mwisho. So that hakuna mwenye anaweza nisaidia, familia hawezi, mandugu hawezi, so you find that they are helpless. They think that that is the end of their life, or that's the end of their living. Then the last one is worthlessness or so low self-esteem. You know, the way we are made and the way we are judged, sometimes I get the words of our minister Gladys. She says, love yourself. Anajipenda sana, anajipenda. But when somebody is depressed, they have no esteem to themselves. They hate themselves. They feel that now I'm worthless. There's nothing I can be of use to. Even these family members, I don't help them. Now there's nothing I am worthy. There's nothing I can help. So that feeling of worthlessness. Then we have the second part of symptoms, that is psychological. Those who are emotional, now we go to psychological symptoms of depression. One, feelings of guilty. This person, if something went wrong, so they feel they blame themselves. If it was not for me, this one would not have happened. I was having another mother who left aliacha dog kwa March. Then mtoto alikuwa anacheza, yeye akienda akakuja, mtoto bahati mbaya akafall ndani na akakunywa maji. Unfortunately, the baby died. So this mother, throughout the morning's time, she was very, very low. Until after burial of the baby, she was brought to us because she was really affected. So all the time she used to say, if kama sio mimi niwacha mtoto pale, this thing would have happened. So that feelings of guilt, even after I went through cancer, you say, there's something I could have done. I am because of this. even when you tell them, yes, you are the cause, but you have to go over it now. So those are psychological feelings of guilty or negative attitude to yourself, that I am the cause. I am the cause that my child is sick. I am the cause that I put this drug here without a good. So that feelings of guilty. Loss of concentration. Depression is a psychological problem, and we say it's a mental disorder. So when you have depression, even because of the imbalance in the chemicals in the brain becomes so foggy that you cannot think. You are occupied about the problems that you have. If even in class you cannot concentrate, even in what you are doing, you cannot concentrate. For example, if it's like Mwalimu she's supposed to prepare a lesson and go to class and teach for that period that the classes last. So you find that you are in a meeting, or even in church here, you are a meeting because you are having stress and nobody knows. The preacher is preaching, but you are lost. You don't concentrate. Your thoughts are spread outside. Loss or lack of concentration. Then the other one is persistent thoughts of death or suicide. So as those thoughts continue, you hate yourself, you feel worthless. So it reaches a point. If you have not got the intervention before those times, it reaches a time that you feel that I would rather be dead because I'm useless. I'm worthless. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing. I don't have anything that I can do for myself, my family. I am the cause of these things. You hate yourself. So thoughts of self-harm or suicide thoughts, they start setting in. And that's why you find when somebody comes in with depression, you ask them, have you ever thought of you would rather be dead? They tell you, yes, I've thought for several times. And we ask them, have you ever tried? They tell you, yes, I was planning. And they even went, I bought this marathon or a track, and I hid it somewhere. I am planning to do it on Sunday when everybody has gone to church. So those are feelings of suicidal thoughts or feelings of thoughts of death. Then tearfulness, kulia, kuwa na machozi. This is somebody when you start talking about them. Sometimes I like dealing with female patients. With them, they come and tell me everything. But for men, I don't know, because of the way we were men created, you find that we hide, we mask. Somebody is really suffering. But when you ask them, you are engaging them, they put on a very happy face. But inside they are violent. So when we ask them, how did these things start? You find that a man starts tearing. You find that they have changed, and you see that they are having tears. That's when you know that this person has a problem. But for ladies, once you start touching the problem, you find them crying, and you know this is a problem. So sometimes when it needs a lot of skills in history taking, so that you can know those who are masking and those who can tell you how they are feeling. And then the last one is negative feelings about everything. So these are people, you tell them tomorrow is okay. They say, no, you'll pass your exam. I don't think I'll pass. They have negative feelings and thoughts about everything. You tell them, your husband will say, just continue to pray, let us continue talking. They say, no, this one, who you are always, but you cannot teach the. So those are the symptoms, psychological symptoms. Then the last one, we have physical symptoms. I told you depression can be manifested in 3 ways. So physical. So when you have depression, you become agitated. This is someone who is easily angered because of the imbalance in the chemicals. Huyu mtu alikuwa mpole sana, but of late anakuja you get the spouse or the father or the parent saying that my wife or my husband or my son or my daughter nowadays anakasirika haraka sana na hakuwa hivyo, so easily agitated or easily angered. is one of the physical symptoms. Then lack of energy or tiredness. This is somebody who doesn't feel doing anything. Amechoka tu, anakwambia mimi nataka tu nipumzike, nataka kuwa peke yangu. They feel just tired. And if this someone was just woken up in the morning, they are not doing anything, but they tell you they are very tired. They don't want to do anything. The other one is, as I told you, sleep problems. Either you sleep too much or poor sleep, but majority are those whose backs. So some are those who lack sleep. Most of the patients with depression, because you cannot sleep, your thoughts are over engaged in the negative things. You lack sleep. Then poor appetite is the other one. Lack of appetite or increased appetite. So some people, you find that when they are depressed, the appetite goes, and that's why you see somebody as nasema speaks nani ame lose weight, kuna kitu kinamsumbua because they are not able to eat and well. Wengine wanasema ameongeza weight. There are those people when they are depressed, they add weight. So the last one, lack or poor self-hygiene and kept. This is someone who used to wake up, groom themselves well, and they go to work. But now, because of the depression and the low mood and low lack of interest, they do not take care of themselves. They cannot bathe. They can go through days without bathing, days without cleaning their house. If you go to a house of a relative who is depressed, you can find everything scattered because previously this is somebody who go to their houses, you find everything in order and organized. So be unkempt or poor personal hygiene. So those are the three types of symptoms. So we go to management. What do you do when you realize that you have a client who is having depression? So there are two ways of treatment. One is medication and the other one is psychotherapy. So when a patient comes, just please listen to them. You know, there are times people just ignore. Somebody anakuja anakwambia bana, huyu ni kujifanya anajifanya. Please do not use that word mtu anajifanya. Listen to them. Take a minute or two to listen to what somebody is saying, interrogate them, and you come to know that this person for sure has a problem. Then, if you realize it is a small problem that it needs only talking, refer them to a counselor. The counselor will assess them, take them through counseling sessions on how to cope. You know, some people, they lost their relatives a very long time ago and they are not up to now. Then, through counseling, they are able to be told the coping mechanisms and let go things. And then when you empower that person, you find that you have done a very good debriefing and then the person comes okay. Sometimes they might not even need treatment. But when it persists, for example, somebody has come with very bad severe depression, they are not treated, they are emaciated, then they are not able to sleep, they have become agitated, they are easily angered. Those ones can be violent. Those are the ones that the counselor will say, now see, I've done my part, I think you need to see a psychiatrist. That's when they come to us. Then we give them medication. The drugs are given. Depression is treatable. Once we know it is pure depression, you come to us, we give you medication for at least 6 months, and then we go through counseling. So after going through counseling, the counselor will go through what really triggered it. Then they go through, they take you through the events and how to cope, the coping skills, and you go through those things. even when they recover, it will not be as severe as the first one. So that's why you go through counseling. So after 6 months of treatment and counseling, somebody is able to completely be treated for depression and live a normal life. Otherwise, if you don't check or take good history, you might miss things, and then you think, especially the relatives, that's why we tell them, do not ignore symptoms. I have a client even up to now. The husband has never accepted that the wife is sick. Every time she brings and comes to the clinic, the hospital, the husband says that lady, in fact, another attention. She's not sick. I don't think she's sick. It's attention. And I tell you, come and see. Somebody who has attention cannot go as far as in neglecting her 9-month child. So that's not somebody who is actually attacking majukumu. And this husband who is actually like that. So it's like it brings another problem, because now the wife's parents are very concerned. Now they think that this man is not taking good care of their daughter. And this man now is also saying that these parents are intruding too much into his family. You see, now it also brings another conflict. So if you tell this person, the relative, especially the close relative, they understand the symptoms and they understand how it can manifest. It's easier to treat, because another issue of treatment in depression is social support. If you come to me, I give you treatment, and you go to the same environment in the house, and you find that your parents, your spouse is even negative about the drugs or growth, they don't even want to buy you the drugs, then the environment for healing is toxic. So, treatment and counseling. So, those are the mode of treatment. The others, about the drugs and the water, those one give them to medical school. I'll tell the medical students, not cheap. So, you come, counseling is there. The counselor is here, we are here, so we are full house. Thank you very much. Any question, we'll set a day for the questions. Asante sana. Nimemaliza.